Yeah, I mean, I can get where you're coming from with, with it being a new project. I mean, it also, when you run into stuff like that, like, I always get a sense that, like, okay, it's a new project, it's gonna be a short-lived thing, right? Or, you know, I'm only gonna be able to devote so much attention to it if it is really good. Like, or if this takes off, then I don't have any room for the other one, and yeah. It's not as heartening as seeing a new band take up something really cool. And a pickaxe. Yeah, that's true. That's really true. Nova Revolver is a fantastic example of that. There we go. Oh. Get some credit for that. Not bad. This is Backup Dancer by Dot Lights. It's a vibe, I like it. Just a few more. That's cool. That's cool. I haven't seen or heard anything. Like I saw that they were um, playing. I saw that they were touring after he had passed, but I hadn't heard anything more from Static X since then. I hadn't heard anything new that they've dropped. Um, do they just have one new album, singles? What do they have right now? I'm gonna have to check. Aha! Interesting. That would explain why I haven't heard about it. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Well, and I mean, it's one of those things in very much in the same vein as like with Linkin Park or with Queen or any of these massive projects that either the lead singer or some massive member of the band passes away, that has a huge impact on the sound and the quality of what they're dealing with. With these situations, it's really, I would think it's wise to show not only can we pull off the same stuff that we got famous for, but we can also put a new spin on it. I think it's a smart move. And I mean, the hard thing when you're dealing with situations like that is like there's always the yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Is like that kind of situation where, Drowning Pool is a great example where, they still play, they still do all the things that they've always done, but it doesn't vibe the same, and it doesn't mean it's bad, but it's not my thing, and yeah, it's one of those things that, you know, I think that it does get really tricky and really complicated when you're dealing with, like, you got a band of 4, 5, 6 people. Well, and then the face of the band passes away, and you're like, shit. And well, what about the rest of the people? Because they're awesome too. Like, but for a lot of people, it's the vocals that, or the guitar that really draws them, and it gets hard to reconcile when these massive aspects of a band are just, they're gone, and there's only so much you can do about it. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing that, like, with Queen, for example, right? Like, you're dealing with a generational talent. Like, when Freddie was gone, that was it. You're not getting another Freddie. But they've done well with Adam Lambert. They've done a great job. And they're still making music. I don't know if they're putting out new stuff. They probably are. As talented as they are, I'm sure they are. But, like, yeah, it's one of those things that, you just do your best to make do with the situation you got. And the other thing is that, for so many people, even after. Yeah, exactly. AC/DC's a great example of someone who made it work. Time and place. And in so many ways, like, obviously, no one passed away with Nightwish, but Nightwish is a really great example of, a band